Good afternoon. It's actually the afternoon, but I'm actually going to make Charles's oatmeal for the week. As many of you remember, I'm still getting used to the One Pot, Instapot, 4-in-1. It has all these different names. So I've decided that I'm going to start at if this is the Magic Chef model. So I'm going to actually start at the beginning of the book and work all the way to the back. So the very first one happens to be cinnamon apple steel cut oats. So Charles has oatmeal every morning for breakfast. And so I said, well, let's try this. So we had to go buy different oats, and but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut the apple because I know I need to cut the apple. You like peel on, Charles?
Yeah, do it.
So make sure and wash your apple. They put wax on the outside, so you want to make sure and clean that off. And then I'm going to just kind of wedge this first. I should have cut the little bit of seeds out. And then the seeds have this, they have kind of a rind part around them, so you want to make sure and get that part out. That's not a nice part to eat. So we just bought, there's a ton of different apples. What are some of the flavors you can, so there's Pink Ladies, there's Galas, there's Brayburns, Honey Crisp. Of course, there's Granny Smith, Red Delicious, Green Delicious. Did I say Pink Ladies?
Yeah, you said Pink Ladies.
Yeah. Fuji's. So, have you found an apple you don't like, Charles?
And sometimes Red Delicious can be plain tasting, and sometimes they can be mealy when they get old. It's
funny, I haven't bought a delicious apple in forever because all the other flavors are so good. So today we were very selective. We picked by cost because we figured it's going to be cooked in the oatmeal and we're going to be adding some cinnamon to it. So it's going to be picking up the flavors from everything else. So what did we end up with? We ended up with, I think we ended up with a Fuji. Yeah. The outside of it did look like a Pink Lady, so it kind of tricked Charles and I both, but it was a Fuji apple. Okay, so then we need 1 tablespoon. It says unsalted butter. Charles likes salted butter, so we have salted in the house. I'm actually out of unsalted real butter. I have unsalted dairy-free butter, but so I'm going to put a tablespoon of this in. We're going to put this in the bottom of this. So it says, let's see, press the saute button. Okay, and repeatedly until it goes to normal. That's this normal. And now we're melting the butter. So the butter is already
just turned on.
Yeah. So that we've got the butter melting. And then we're going to go ahead and measure out our other things. So the next thing we're going to be adding is the oats. So it's kind of interesting. They have these nice little things and they say cut, but then they give you these little notches. If you grab that little notch, it'll actually tear across. So you don't have to get your scissors out. And we're going to do a cup of these. And Charles, you want to tell the difference between steel oats, rolled oats, instant oats?
Yeah, so steel cut oats are the actual oat seed that has been steel cut. So they go through a mill that cuts them into little pieces, but they're not processed in any other way other than being cut. So it's the actual seed, and they require some soaking before you can actually eat them. Rolled oats are the whole oat seed, but it's gone through a press to like a big roller to smash them flat, so they'll cook much faster. And normally that's what I have is rolled oats. Quick oats are rolled oats that have been pre-cooked. Quick oats, instant oats, they're the same thing. They've been pre-cooked and all of the good flavor is gone from them, and I don't like them. They're basically good for library paste.
So now, but you still cook your regular oats in the microwave, which a lot of people would think wouldn't cook in there because the rolled oats normally take longer to cook than the instant oats.
So I know. I boil the water in the microwave and add it to the oats and then let them soak for half an hour before I eat them.
And they're still hot when you're going to eat them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we've got the butter melting in here. I better get a little spoon. I should have turned this on. See, this is the things I learned. I should have turned that on while I cut the apple because it takes a little while to heat up. I'm used to cooking on a gas oven or a gas stove, and so things heat up instantly. So this is a tip to learn. Okay. So the recipe calls for milk. We don't drink milk in the house, so Charles decided he would like oat milk. And so you want to explain to us about oat milk, Charles?
The oat milk is just, I mean, basically it's oats that have been soaked in water, and then they pour off the milky juice that's left over after they soak the oats. I mean, it's basically the same way they make any plant milk. They soak whatever it is that they're making the milk from, and then pour off the juice, and it looks like milk.
So it's a little bit more yellow. Yeah. But so if you're lactose intolerant, they have lactose-free milk that is actually real milk that the lactose has been removed somehow. They have oat milk. They have coconut milk. They have almond milk, sweetened almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. There's a bunch of different differences. So when you're cooking with them, they're going to all use about this. They're going to all give you about the same result. So where you might need to watch your recipes is where it's asking for whole milk and you're using a non-fat. Then you'll want to cut back your water. And so if it has, use all the milk, the low fat or non-fat milk instead of water, or cut your water in half and use that, because otherwise you're not going to have it as thick as you like. Okay, so this turned up really hot. Okay, then it says to put in the oats and the cinnamon. And stir until the oats absorb all the butter. It's absorbed the butter, but I'm going to go ahead and mix this so the cinnamon gets mixed in also. Okay, and now it says hit the cancel button until saute mode is off. Okay, that was easy. Now we're going to stir in the apples, the milk, the water. I need a cup and a quarter of water. A pinch of kosher salt, so that's easy. I'm going to use pink Himalayan. Okay. So it's going to say a pinch. I'm going to do a couple of twists there. And so apples, water, milk, and salt. We got all those in. Okay, so we got that all stirred together. So we're going to go ahead and put the lid on. And I'm still new with this, so we're going to go. It's locked. And turn the steam valve to ceiling. Press oatmeal button repeatedly until it reads 12 minutes. Wow. Oh, that's only 12 seconds. Or no, that's 12 minutes. Yeah. That's it. So we're going to wait our 12 minutes now. So remember, Charles, it said to put a towel over to before you steam, because it might spew out oats.
That's right. So
it's going to be kind of hard to tuck it under the handle.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fly up, and then reach under your other hand and yeah.
There it goes.
I might steam up the camera.
Ooh, it's bubbling.
Let's look. Ooh, looks good. I steamed it up a little bit.
Oh, that's all right. Oh yeah, it's got to be stirred up.
Do you want a bigger spoon?
No, this is fine. Okay. I just got this to taste, but I should have got something really to use. Okay, so let's see if we need to add any sugar.
It'll be really hot. Be careful.
I like that. It does need. It probably needs just a little, like a tablespoon of the brown sugar.
Uh-oh. I think there's a hole in the bag.
Uh-oh. That's why it's in a bag.
Oh, I don't even like oatmeal, except for in oatmeal cookies.
Yeah.
And this looks good enough to eat.
It's very good.
Okay, try again. Use a spoon.
Okay. I think we got a winner.
Okay, so you're gonna want to eat this instead of your regular.
Yeah, I'll definitely. I mean, it tastes like an apple pie. Like it's appley, it's cinnamony, it's sugary. What do you? Oh, Blackie.
Blackie's like, this smells good.
Yeah. But the oats have a little pop to them instead of like the rolled oats. It's the consistent gruel-like texture. These are more. They're almost like caviar. They have a little pop.
They pop like caviar.
Yeah. So I like the steel cut oats, and I'll probably just. I mean, we bought way more than this recipe called for, so I'll be making them every week until we run out. But,
so it'll be interesting to see how they reheat in the microwave.
yeah, I'm curious that too. They might just turn to glue, and I'm gonna have to starve for the morning, but we'll see. All right.
All right. So you'd try this recipe again.
I'd try this recipe again.
It was super simple. It was way simpler than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm Charles.
I'm Karalee.
Thank you for sharing.
The Wonder About Us.